What if I told you that on live TV, in a moment nobody saw coming, Barron Trump completely lost it and Jasmine Crockett hit him with a truth so brutal, so raw, that he walked off the set shaking with anger. Buckle up, because what happened next will leave you stunned. In this imagined political talk show showdown, the energy in the studio shifted the second Barron Trump stepped into the spotlight. He wasn't the quiet kid America remembered. He came prepared, confident, and ready to defend his father's legacy. Barron started strong, painting a picture of a country on the rise. According to him, the economy was booming. Young people were finally getting the opportunities they deserved, and America was in the best shape it had seen in decades. He spoke like someone who'd been raised in the center of power, calm, polished, sure of himself. His message was simple. The future belonged to the youth, and the youth were thriving. But across from him sat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, someone who didn't just listen to the numbers, she listened to the people. And as Barron spoke, her expression made it clear that she wasn't buying the glossy version of America he was selling. When Barron wrapped up, Jasmine leaned forward, voice steady but sharp. She agreed young people mattered, but she wasn't about to let him skip over the seniors, the ones who had spent their whole lives building the country Barron said was thriving. She reminded him that while the future was important, so were the people who had sacrificed everything to make that future possible. She talked about rising costs, healthcare struggles, and seniors who were barely surviving on fixed income.
He went on and on and on about how this is about the bad guys. And I will be honest with you and tell you that when it came down to the election, there were a lot of people who really believed that the Republicans and the president were all about getting the bad guys out. People truly believed your words, but your actions are not matching up.
While Barron was focused on tomorrow, she was focused on the people fighting to make it through today. And the longer she talked, the clearer it became that Barron hadn't considered any of it. The studio got tense. Barron's confidence started cracking. He'd expected a debate. He didn't expect a reality check. And then, in this fictional moment, the situation snapped. Barron lashed out, telling Jasmine to be quiet, insisting everything was fine, that there were no problems, no inflation, no hardship. The audience froze. It was the first time the polished calm slipped away. Jasmine didn't flinch. She came back stronger, calling out not just his words, but the privilege behind them. She reminded him that not everyone lived in a world untouched by struggle, that caring about America meant caring about all Americans, not just the ones who fit into a perfect political picture. Barron tried to dismiss her as someone who didn't want the country to succeed. Jasmine shut that down immediately. She said she wanted America to succeed so badly, she refused to pretend everything was perfect when people were hurting.
He has consistently gone against his own base. He's told them on Truth Social, stop talking about this. They shut down the House in a time when Americans could not eat, all because they did not want to deal with the Epstein files. And he has called it a hoax. And now he's saying that, well, there's something to investigate. He is all over the place.
Progress, she argued, isn't progress if it leaves people behind. The clash kept intensifying, two different worlds colliding live on air. Jasmine spoke for the seniors scraping by, the families barely surviving, the people whose stories weren't included in Barron's triumphant narrative of success. And in this fictional story, Jasmine finally delivered the blow that completely rocked the room. Her words hit hard, personal, and Barron couldn't recover. Shocked and furious, he stood up, muttered that he was done, and walked off the set as the cameras kept rolling. Jasmine stayed seated, composed, turning to the viewers as if nothing had shaken her. She reminded them that the argument wasn't about ego or party lines. It was about people, real people, the ones who built the country and the ones who were being forgotten while everyone talked about the future.
Because I've got the receipts showing that they are not matching up. And so call us a little paranoid in believing that the hypocrisy may continue to come from across the aisle. Speaking of hypocrisy, I do want to point out, since we're talking about Jeffrey Epstein, because we couldn't talk about Epstein before. If y'all recall, we were gone for about 2 months because we couldn't talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
By the time the lights dimmed, the audience wasn't wondering who raised their voice louder. They were wondering which vision of America they believed in. One focused on polished numbers and bright promises, or one that demanded progress for everyone, especially the people who paved the way. The debate may have ended on that stage, but the questions it raised were just getting started. What kind of future do we want? One built for a few or one shared by all? Let us know what you think in the comments. Whose argument hit harder in this fictional showdown? And what kind of future do you believe America should fight for?
after looking at the emails, Jeffrey Epstein, when he was charged in 2009, he said in those emails, I'm going to have to take the deal for the mandatory minimum of 10 years because I'm afraid I will get more time.